Alright, welcome back to behind enemy lines. We're behind the front line for once, not hiding behind it, recovering and licking our wounds. Things went really well last time. We're looking at a pretty decent squad at the moment. We have the Bucket of Bolts with their machine gun. We have, actually, just watch this animation because it's really cool. Wish for more animations like this. We have the Bucket of Bolts with this machine gun. We have the German with its heavy launcher SMG, which hopefully will do something about this session. We have the Cranky Duke, which I'm going to rename slightly because I had a really good suggestion. So this is actually the Cranky Pupper. Kind of a combination of two different names that I really liked. And we have the Blackbird with their heavy weapon and their sword. Now, one of the things that came up last time was I was asking people to suggest what close combat weapon we wanted to build. I've had a lot of suggestions for going for a close combat mech with an axe and a shield. So what I want to do is just check if I build a melee weapon, an axe, I can build an uncommon one, but I can't build a rare one. I think we're pretty much happy to get an uncommon one for now. So I want to build that. Now that's used up all of my my resources for now, but we're going to pick up some new ones soon. We just have this stagger being built, and I don't know what this is, so I'm quite keen to see how that comes out as well. One of the reasons axes were picked is because of the way they deal damage, which we'll investigate when we get into it. Now, I've spent a couple of seconds having a look at the territories that we're in right now. Obviously, we're fighting over Hostred and Vremel right now. Logi is not an option. Now there's Meppel, Bjorin, or Malmland, which makes me think of IKEA. Belkin is a potential, but I don't really want to go east. I want to keep going west because we've made some gains here. Now, what's happened is last time we performed some actions in Hostred, and that has increased the enemy's alert status. But what has happened in the meantime is our status in Vremel has disappeared. So Vremel is no longer as dangerous as it was, or it shouldn't be as dangerous as it was. And what I'm noticing here is the remaining places here are in their mid to high 200s in terms of power. We've obviously liberated this farm and this camp, and the enemy will try and recapture them soon. What I've noticed is this outpost is sitting at 173, and I think we can afford to hit this. It's only a level 1. If you look down in the bottom right hand corner, where it says Combat Capable Experimental, it's level 7, difficulty threat level 173 with 1 star for rating. But if I mouse over this base, this is 287 with 5 stars, and this is 4 stars. So this should be relatively weak. So what I want to do is hit this once we finish repairing and see how we go. So we're just going to cruise over here. Once we get within range, we're going to launch our stealth drive. Everyone should be repaired by then. Right now we are stealthing, so no one is repairing. So let's just fix that. In fact, we were cruising in the nick of time. Okay. That's the bomb again, so we'll keep another bomb. We have 2 bombs, or 3 bombs in our inventory now. I'm not sure how many we have. We have a lot of bombs. I would like to get the stagger and the axe built, but honestly, I think I just want to hit this place. So let's just move in. Let's get a combat under our belt really quickly. We also have this mission to deliver stuff to the facility. Actually, we're going to get these before we get there, which is pretty cool. We're just going to wait on the outside border for these to finish. I want to see what the stagger does. Okay, so we've got a MA2 spike and a plasma repeater. So here's our axe, the MA-M2 spike. It looks nasty. It does 300 impact damage and 2, what is that stat there? 2 stagger damage, which can knock enemies down. 300 is a lot on 1 hit. It also does 17 health to the pilot, which is quite a lot. It has a destabilizing trait. Each hit reduces collision resilience, allowing lighter units to tackle destabilized heavy targets. Enough hits can crash an enemy outright. It has concussive. This weapon directly damages unit controls and knocks out pilots, useful for disabling enemy units without damaging their equipment. And it has adjustable, which gives it plus 80% range, max and min, which is quite nice. The other thing we picked up was a plasma repeater, which looks awesome. Experimental weapon firing heavy energized projectiles at medium range. Hits compromise target stability and make them more susceptible to crashes, even with light units. So we have a combo here. We could shoot at somebody with the plasma repeater and also hit them with the axe to take them out. This has the destabilizing trait, the guided trait, which means it has homing projectiles, concussive, and composite, which means it weighs less. So I think I want to try this out. 180 damage per volley isn't huge, but it has an interval of 2 seconds, which is pretty fast. So let's have a look at who we can equip this onto. One weapon I wasn't too happy with was the heavy launcher. So we can either give Gerblin the axe or the... So just looking at what components we've got here. We're all mediums. They're all greens and blues. But we could either give them the axe or the plasma repeater. So this is a huge buff in damage for them. They are pretty fast. What's their movement speed? 13.15. If we check our other guys... 15 on the machine gun, which I don't think the machine gun was particularly impressive, the torrent. 630 damage per volley is actually pretty nice. We've got 275 on the rocket launcher, so the axe is a bigger hit. For our for the cranky pupper, we're looking at the marksman rifle, which does 700 damage, which the damage is actually looking really nice with these guns, and 600 damage on the Vulcan. So really, the only thing we can look at replacing here is the spike's the only upgrade we've got here, which I think is a pretty big upgrade. So I think we're going to go for the spike, but I want to try this out, even though the damage isn't high, because the crash damage could be quite nice. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the axe on the Gerblin, which does feel very Gerblin-y to me. And I think I'm going to drop, because we've got a marksman rifle and a machine gun, which I feel is a little bit redundant. We've got two weapons that are very much unmoving. This is a level 5 machine gun, so we're going to try the plasma repeater out on the bucket of bolts. That may be a mistake. We will find out after this combat. Let's engage. We're going to go in here, and as soon as we cross the border, we're going to stealth until we get close enough that they can't react to us. Okay, we definitely have a bug, because we're just getting infinite bombs. This might be going on for the rest of the campaign. I hope it doesn't. No sign of the enemy attempting to recapture these, which is good. This will make it easier to claim this province when we want to attack it. We are now within detection ranges of the base. There's no point in keeping the stealth up. So let's just charge in. What was there? Alright, let's battle up. So we've got the Cranky Duke. Let's have a look at enemies first, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies. This should be pretty easy. He says. Last time I did this, it was not easy. Bucket of Bolts doesn't have a secondary. Because they have the plasma repeater. Do we have a secondary weapon for them? I don't think we do. No, I've got nothing to put in the secondary slot, so I have to watch out for that. That's something I need to deal with. I would like to get a shield for the Gerblin, and then we can take its SMG off it. But let's deploy. Here's the squad. The Gerblin is ready to go with that axe. Look at the axe and SMG, actually. That's a really cool combination. The plasma repeater fits in really nicely with the buckets of bolts appearance. The Blackbird still looks like it could take a ton of damage, and the Cranky Duke does look a little bit... Well, I've renamed the mech, but I've not renamed Cyberspork's pilot. We'll need to fix that. But yeah, let's deploy. Let's see what we've got to deal with. Can't see any mechs at the moment. Granite 1260 is the name of the base. There's a machine gun or shotgun tank. Still no sign of any mechs on the overview. There's an enemy mech there. Looks like it's got a shotgun. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. So, we've got a turret here. That's a machine gun turret. We've got a machine gun shield mech, a railgun repeater tank, and a shotgun tank. So public enemy number 1 is this railgun repeater tank. This is a big problem for us because it can shoot through territory, and last time it did a ton of damage. We also have a heavy launcher building here. This is a big problem because we're starting off in its activation range. We're going to have to kill this straight away. So I'm thinking is we'll actually get a melee attack on this right away. Now I don't want it to collide. So if we use control, we can actually, if I get a move to about here, that's the SMG range you're seeing on the tooltip. I can do a melee attack without crashing into it, because I can either come, because it's in an awkward spot, I could potentially hit it here, but I'm still going to get a collision with it, which means we'll probably bounce off it. Let's cancel that for now. Let's see what damage we can do with our team. What is the range on the plasma repeater? Oh, this is an awkward range. Really awkward range. If we fired a shot from here, what's the accuracy like? Oh, it's also... What is this weapon? It's acting like it's a missile launcher. If I select the railgun tag, it's out of range. 25%. 25%. If I move you to here, which puts the railgun tank damn smack in the middle of your fire, 86% chance to hit. But so the shots will arc up and then they'll track straight and they'll hit the hill. You will be able to hit him from here. An 87% chance. Is that completely uninterrupted? No, it is interrupted. And to hit him, you will be able to hit this tank. Now those shots are open the whole way through and nobody is shooting at you. That's quite a lot of heat. Let's see what the plasma repeater does. Now we've got a shotgun shot on the Cranky Duke, but that's fine. We need to take care of this missile launcher. So I think what we'll do is we're just going to get the Blackbird to open up on this straight away. 40% chance to hit, but it's at such close range, I don't think we've got a problem. We'll get the Cranky Duke to dash back to about here. Oh, we've got collision if we do that. To here, which should get them a shot. It's a little bit inaccurate, but 50% chance on this. I'll take it. We'll do a double tap, and we're cool enough. Now that does mean this guy's shooting at him, but it's shooting with a shotgun from across the map. I'm hoping that's not going to hit him. Let me just confirm that the railgun tank is not firing. It is not. We also have the Gerblin here. The Gerblin I want to get in pretty close pretty quickly, so I'm worrying about dashing them across the ground through the cover here, and next turn I want them to hit this tank. So how fast are they? They are reasonably quick. Next turn we can get them in to do some damage to this tank. They'll get to here this turn. When will they be cool enough to dash again? They could actually do a triple dash without overheating. No, that will overheat them, okay. If I run them to about here and then dash them, they're cool enough for that, and then we'll just run them for the rest of the turn. I want to run them down here. Now, they're probably going to get prioritized for shotgun fire next turn, but let's see what happens. All right, so we've got plasma fire coming in on this tank. We're running past the missile turret, and these two are shooting the missile turret to kill it. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a machine gun. What was that plasma fire? Okay, I misunderstood that this was a machine gun, which is pretty stupid of me, but nobody took a lot of damage there, which is good. This still has quite a lot of health, and it is going to do an attack scan this turn. So as long as nobody's in this radius, we should be okay. The plasma repeater did absolutely nothing. I mean, if we just replay that and watch the plasma repeater specifically, he comes over here, sets up in space, fires 3 bolts, which all miss the target. So I have no idea what that gun does yet. We have a shotgun spread about to hit the Cranky Juke. If we go to planning, if I dash the Cranky Juke to here, that will put it out of the attack scan of the heavy launcher, and then from here, we'll just get them to shoot at the tank, and they should honestly be able to kill it from there. If they don't, we'll also dash back the Cranky Pupper, and from here, it's going to overheat a little bit. We should also be able to shoot at this tank, although we're taking fire from that. I don't really want to take that shotgun fire. Let's change our plan a little bit. Let's deal with over here. So what's happening here is anyone shooting at... So this mech is trying to shoot at him. Now the mech has a machine gun. So I think what we want to do here is just get into some close combat as soon as possible. If you use control, so if you use this icon here, actually that's not a bad hit. Will we collide? We won't collide on that hit, but we will overheat. So what I actually want to do is run to here. He's going to shoot at us straight away. Let's take the overheat. We'll do an attack to here, but we won't overheat. We'll get him on the backswing, which should do a lot of damage. Then we'll come around. He's still going to be he's going to shoot at us this whole time. Actually, we're going to hit him before he starts shooting at us. And then he's going to shoot at us after that. So the hope is we knock him down. If we don't, we're too hot to make another melee attack. Let's run. Oh, there's a turret there. Melee weapons are complicated, he says, as if this is new information. Because we're probably going to hit his shield, right? He's actually, what he's doing is he's not shooting at us. He's shielding us. So we don't actually have to rush. We can actually move down, follow him until he stops shielding, and then melee attack him when he's finished, which is here. Now that will probably get us into a collision. Hit with melee attack. That will get us a collision. What if we attack in this direction? So we'll go this way. We'll backswing him on the axe. Then we'll jump up here. And while we're coming up here, I want to hit him with the SMG, which we should be cool enough to do. We're not cool enough. We'll just do that. We'll come up, hit him with the axe, and come around. This is a very big attack, very hot attack. We'll see how that goes. All right, back here, we want to get everybody out of the attack scan radius of this. Let's get you... What can I do? I'm really confused as to what this plasma repeater is actually for. But this tank here is pretty immobile this turn. Now, it's firing its railgun repeater. That is bad news. Let's actually bounce to here. Put as much distance between it as we can. And I'm going to try shooting at this tank again. 82% chance to hit. Actually, we cool it down until it's cool enough to fire. It's going to fire at it here, which isn't ideal. We'll get the Cranky Juke to bounce to here, where he's out of line of sight of this tank. And when he's cool enough, I'm going to get him to shoot at the turret again. Now, everybody should be out of the firing range of the turret when it's doing its thing, which they will be. So let's see what happens. There's a lot going on this turn. We're probably have to watch a few different encounters and replay. Let's start off with the melee attack here and see how this goes. Ooh, that's a scary amount of fire. Okay, we did 68% pilot damage there. That unit is crashing, so it's a knockdown on one hit. In terms of damage, we did not do very much damage, but what we did do is we knocked the pilot down. I think the pilot may have died. This unit is out of control of a collision. All previously planned actions were terminated as a result. Alright, so that's an instant knockdown on a heavy mech. That's pretty impressive. We can keep him locked down for the rest of the fight. He's going to get up and shoot at us this turn, but what I think we'll do... Well, let's actually watch what else happened. So next up, let's watch the plasma repeater. So plasma repeater comes down here. None of the railgun fire makes it through, which is great. He turns, fires, and all the shots miss. Oh, okay, one of them hits for 123 damage. This plasma repeater, man. Is it worth it? This tank is still up. Let's just quickly... I want to re-watch. So damage through... They circle round. That's really weird. And he fires off. So this has still got a lot of health. This is not taking very much damage. So this is the problem with the minigun. It's not doing damage to what I think are armored targets. We need to kill this tank because it's causing us some problems. Just a little bit out of range. Let's back you up. He's not going to move a lot this turn. You should be able to hit him. This is a perfect shot from here. No, it's a blocked shot? No, it's a perfect shot. Okay. And we'll fire again when we're cool enough. No, it is a blocked shot. Yeah, those are blocked shots. Okay, let's change where we're moving you to then. On top of this hill would be great, but it's within the scan radius of the turret. I could leap you... I could dash you up onto here. Don't have the room for it. This plasma repeater is proving a little bit cumbersome to use. If I put you here and fire a shot, is that blocked? That is not blocked at all. Okay. And then if I wait for you to cool down and fire again here, we'll just push this back until you're not overheating. Surely that's going to hit. Next up, you. I want you to hit this tank if you can. You have enough cooldown for it because he's going to get back up again. But this tank is going to... Oh, the tank's too fast. I can't keep up with the tank. Unless I... Let's just hit this guy again then. We'll just keep smashing him. So again, we want to get him on the backswing. This way our tank doesn't get caught up in a collision. Our mech doesn't get caught up in a collision. And then when we're cool enough, he should be back on the ground. Just shoot him with a minigun and see if you can do something serious. The damage wasn't great, but I'm hoping we can concuss and kill the pilot with 2 hits. The first hit did 68% damage, which should be enough to knock the pilot out with the second hit. And that means we get a free mech to salvage. Now, who is the railgun tank shooting at? It's shooting at the Blackbird. So let's get the Blackbird out of here. We'll dash to here. It's an overheat. We'll run to here, which is going to get you shot. There's not a lot we can do. He's going to take the hits on the railgun. Unless I take an overheat. Even if I take an overheat, I think all I want to do is, as soon as he's cool enough, just start shooting at this and hope that you can win the fight, and I'll just get you moving backwards as well. And it's not going to do a lot. It's going to be very inaccurate, but that's the hope. We'll get the Cranky Duke to just come around the corner here. He's not got line of sight, unfortunately, until he's actually a dash up to here, which we can't quite do. But if we step back just like a step, and then we can dash up here, that gives him the elevation that we need to fire on this tank. And then, how is he doing for heat? We can fire again here. All right, let's see how this goes. So again, we're going to do a hit here. I want to watch the plasma fire, first of all. Let's see what happens. Missed again. Missed again. So all the plasma shots have missed so far. This tank is ejecting, which is good. How much damage did we take here? Not too much damage, that's fine. Let's see what happened with the mechs back here. So he comes in, hits him with the axe. I should have actually checked the damage on that. It wasn't enough to knock him down, and he turns and just fires his machine gun at point blank range, and then we return fire. So he's currently, I can't see, if we go to planning, he's on 10 health. So he's going to shield this turn. I think we'll just continue hitting him with the axe. This is kind of the duel that's happening here. He's going to back up this turn. He's shielding at this point. If we just follow him to here, that's what he's doing. He's leading us into the attack scan range of the turret, which is a little bit cheeky of him. But what we may be able to do is, before the fire starts, hit him with the axe, and then after that, oh, sorry about that. I need to edit that out. So the plan here is, we'll come in, we'll hit him with the axe, and then hopefully get out of there before the turret sees us. It is a machine gun turret. If we get behind a building, it's not going to hurt us. What's this? Attack scan, attack. So maybe it won't even make an attack until it's done the attack scan. So we could hit him with the axe straight away. I could do this. It's going to overheat us to do it, but that could just knock him down. It's a pretty high risk of overheat, though. If we just wait a couple of seconds, what we really want to do is wait until the shield's been dropped, which I think will happen here. Hit him with the axe at this point. I'll hit him with the backswing. Below him range. No, I didn't mean to do that. It's a little bit tricky to aim melee attacks. That will hit. That will hit. That will get us into attack range though, but we'll dodge behind this building and we'll see how that goes. He's going to shoot us as we come around, but hopefully we've knocked him out at that point. Back over here, we're going to fire the plasma repeater at a completely stationary target that can't move. Right? We're not moving. It's not moving. It should be a straight shot. It's not going to hit. Meanwhile, we need to deal with the railgun tank, which we're currently shooting at. We're going to cancel this move order. We're going to keep shooting at it. We're going to wait till you're cool enough, and we're going to get you to shoot it again. And when it crosses the line of fire here from the cranky pupper, we're also going to take a shot at it. It's actually a little bit out of range for the pupper. So we'll actually dash down to here. Think about here will put us in range. Overheat. We'll just step down then. We can't step down. We're going to have to take the shot at long range because we don't have the heat to do anything else about it. That will also let us cool down. It's a 48% chance to hit, but we'll take a double tap if we can. The second shot will be on this tank if the plasma repeater hasn't killed it. Alright, I want to watch what happens over here first. Let's execute. So he's shielding. Axe off. Hits him. He crashes again. We do take machine gun damage, but we get out of there. Pilot concussed. This mech is mission killed. Okay, over here. Replay. So he's coming down, taking lots of machine gun fire. The railgun repeater is really inaccurate. The plasma repeater misses again. Looks like this tank is out of action. Let's check the planning. Unit crashed. He had a crash from the damage he took. He is ejected. Okay, so it's just this tank left. I don't know what to do about the plasma repeater. We'll try firing again at this tank, which is a little bit further back. Maybe it'll hit. 100% chance to hit, apparently. We'll get you to dash forward to here. You're cool enough to... You're not cool enough to do it. My goodness. We'll just get to walk forward to here and take the shot. At this point, the plasma repeater will have fired. And that should be enough to kill it. Let's see what happens with the plasma repeater. Okay, that hit, but it didn't do a very impressive amount of damage. Unfortunately, the plasma repeater has kind of... It's kind of... undersold me. The amount of whiffs we had on fire there were pretty disappointing for such an expensive weapon. Now, because we knocked out that enemy, this whole mech is available for us to salvage for cheap. So we're going to grab this body part, we're going to grab this machine gun because we can scrap them for their internal components. We're going to scrap the rest of this because common stuff is usually fused. This railgun repeater we kind of saw was very inaccurate. So we're going to scrap that. I'm going to scrap the shotgun as well. That gets us 65. We can't really get any more, but let's confirm that. Okay, we have also hopefully captured the outpost. We'll check that in a second. We'll switch this to normal cruise mode. Received workshop project plating. Received supplies 200. Let's jump into our inventory. Let's get the... This is actually a level... maybe we need to check if we actually want these. These legs might be useful. I'm going to scrap this. I'm going to scrap and detach this because we're not using it. I'm going to scrap... I'm going to keep the MMG. This launcher, I'm going to scrap and detach as well. We don't want it anymore. The heavy launcher starburst, I'm going to scrap and detach. This white arm, I'm going to scrap and detach. So I don't think we can take anything off it. These legs, I need to investigate. This marksman rifle we're keeping. This machine gun we're keeping. This body part we're keeping. And this machine gun we're keeping for now. We go into units now. We need to... The Gerblin, I think, performed pretty well there. Cranky Popper's fine. It's a bucket of bolts with a plasma repeater. So, to replace that, we could go with the Hurricane machine gun, which is 825 damage per burst. The Marksman rifle, which is 704, or the Torrent, which is 630. So this Hurricane is far better at the moment. Let's grab that. I don't think I can replace any subcomponents on it from here. But let's just clear the paint job from it. Because the plasma repeater was just very disappointing. Could you move a POW's force to a more secure location? We will even pay you for the trouble. You receive some supplies on arrival. So we get a captive and we have 50 hours to get them there. I've heard that turning these down is really annoying because you lose home guard reputation. But you don't gain home guard reputation from what I can see. Let's grab this because we want to pull out of here and apply. So where do we need to deliver this guy to? It's not that far. Let's head back here. There is an enemy patrol by the looks of it coming to investigate us. We are repairing, which is nice. Is it a patrol? It is a patrol. We're moving very slowly. Is that because we've got the POW? I think we'll be okay to escape their sensor net. We may need to hit stealth if it gets a little bit closer. Yeah, we'll just hit stealth. Get away from that patrol. I don't want to engage them right now. We can probably go back to standard cruise mode now. Oh look, we get to keep another bomb. There's definitely a bug there. There's definitely a lot of bugs that still need to be worked out with the... it looks like the patrol is going to hit us. We can't avoid them. It looks like there are a lot of bugs with the event system in the game at the moment. This is level 151. I think we can take this. Oh, they're actually running away from us. That's pretty funny. No, they're coming back for us. Let's just take on the patrol. Let's take them. Level 1. We can block their scans to make them smaller. Let's just pseudo and take them out. The whole team here. So we've switched out from machine gun on the bucket of bolts. So machine gun, axe, heavy machine gun, marksman rifle. Let's deploy. Definitely want to get this replaced sooner rather than later. We need a weapon to build for it. The axe looks like it's going to be useful because the concussion damage it's doing is it killed that heavy mech in 3 hits, which was 2 turns of combat really. But let's just skip the intro here. What are we dealing with? Looks like it's tanks and a mech. This mech has an MMG, heavy machine gun. We've got an assault rifle tank, an assault rifle tank, an assault rifle tank, and a machine gun tank. So we should be able to take this apart pretty quickly. We'll try and do a focus fire like we've done before. If you jump up here, you've got a great position just to machine gun people as they come in. You're going to overheat a little bit for that, but that's fine. That's our first focus fire target. Actually, going to push this back. Next up, bucket of bolts. I think you can just stand there and shoot. Do you have someone in range to start with? No. So we're going to wait for them to come into range. So at this point, just open fire on him. I don't think you can get a double shot. You can. Oh, but he's got switch fire to him at that point. Actually, do you have decent enough? You don't have a good enough line of sight there. What if I get you to jump back next to him? Now, that's not going to cause a collision. It is going to cause a collision. If I jump you to here, is that going to cause a collision? No. So that's our base of fire. This is our fire base. When they get a bit closer, we'll get them to engage. So they're not going to be able to shoot until here. But when he does that, we're going to get a great field of fire coming from these two. The cranky Duke will get to dash. Actually, why don't we just get him to come up onto this hill? He's going to collide. Come up here. From here, does he have line of sight? He doesn't have line of sight until they come over the hill. But that's fine. We'll just sit and wait. So at this point here, he comes over the hill. We can shoot at him. We'll leave that as one shot. And then that just leaves the Gerblin with his axe. The Gerblin will dash forward to here. And then wait. We'll maybe get them to run to just behind this hill and make sure they're not taking fire, which I think the hill should protect them. And then at this point, they will start axing people questions. Why are you here? What have you done with Mark Saidi? Different game. So we'll hit him with an axe hit. Now we will take a little bit of fire here, but I think we'll be okay to do that. Let's see how this goes. That tank just got knocked out. The pilot of this has been knocked out. That is a concussed pilot. So these two tanks are out of the fight. We'll just get you to keep coming forward and hit the second tank. So it's going to run away from you this turn, which is actually excellent. Get you about here. You've got him in your backswing, above max range. But if I do this, that should hit. And that dashes you forward right behind him. And then you can just... I don't want a second attack. Let's get you to here. And then... How hot are you after that first attack? You're probably too hot to make a second attack, right? Too hot to make a second attack, okay. We'll just bring you to here, ready next turn to hit him again. It says he's going to shoot him, but I think the hit should concuss him. You've dealt with this mech, the pilot is out, so what I want you to do, sorry, this tank, is switch to this target. Massive overheat, but we'll fix that quite quickly. You can do the same thing, just switch to the second target, shoot at this. He is not moving this turn, so a lot of your shots are going to be, in fact, are all of your shots, no, your shots aren't blocked. He's just a little bit out of range. We'll just keep shooting. In fact, I think you can just fire forever, even with only a 20% chance to hit. Why don't I just get you, actually, if I dash you to here and shoot from here, you've got an 88% chance to hit. And wow, you can just do a lot without overheating with that gun. That's pretty cool. Marksman rifle, let's get you up here. That's going to put you, actually, that's going to put you in firing range of this tank, of this mech. We don't want that to happen. So we're just going to get you to stay here where the shots are blocked by the hill. And if you can hit that tank, which I think you can, 70% chance to hit, let's do it. Wait till you're cool enough. Wait till you're cool enough again. I'm just going to let them come to us and do as much damage as we can. Okay, those shots missed, but those aren't missing. Hit him with... He is concussed with one axe hit. This tank is not dead yet, but is in a bad way. This guy here is shooting... Okay, this is a problem. Dash... Step in, melee attack before he can shoot you. That will hopefully concuss him. At the same time, do you have a shot on him? 100% chance to hit. It's going to be a little bit late in the turn, unfortunately. You can keep firing. Oh, look at the overheat. You can keep firing at this tank, and this tank is concussed, isn't it? Yeah, so he's out of the fight. You can jump to here, which gets you a shot on that tank, and when you're cool enough on the mech, shoot the mech. So the most important thing that's happening this turn is, will this melee attack happen before he shoots the heavy machine gun? He did. Oh, that's a big hit. That was really close. I want to watch that again in slow motion. Is he dead? Wow. No, that's not the mech. Okay, he did a crash. So let's just watch that again in slow motion with no HUD, because that was really cool. We're going to do this in half speed. So he comes forward. We dash in, prepare the axe, wham, slams him forward into the tank, which kills the tank completely, and means that he takes the fire from these two. We'll just watch it from this angle as well, because honestly, I'm loving this. Really happy to have a melee weapon back in the party. Comes forward and just... Oh, that was a weird replay. I want to do the whole turn replay from here. Comes forward, gets ready to fire, and then the fire comes in and just gets knocked into the fire and just gets ragdolled around. That's really cool. Okay, so his new orders for the turn are just to run, which is not going to go well for him because we're standing right here ready to axe him another question. And that question is, where are you going? Stay right here. I have a present for you. That's not going to cause a collision, is it? It is going to cause a collision. Let's not do that. That's not going to cause a collision, but the problem is I don't want him to run into the fire from the team. But they should stop shooting at that point. At that point, there's no point continuing to shoot at him. I just want you to whip out your SMG. It's only 20% chance to hit, but just shoot him on the ground because nobody else is going to get a hit on him. How much concussion damage has he taken? We can't tell right now. Sometimes you can tell how much concussion damage they've taken, and sometimes you can't, and that's a bit frustrating. But I'm just going to go with that. What we will do, though, is we'll get the Cranky Pupper ready to fire at them when they're here. We could just maybe slightly reorient them. If we get him to run down to here... Oh, that's not going to hit from there, though, because he's not going to be able to have line of sight. It's probably going to be quite difficult to hit from there, too. If I get you to dash to here... Look at the dash range on the Cranky Duke, by the way. The Cranky Pupper. That's pretty insane. He's going to be in range. I can't dash him to up here, sadly. I can't run him down because he's on a cliff. We'll just jump him to here. It's not in range, but we'll make do. We'll take the shots, just in case he's still alive. Okay, we're going to leave the other two not firing this turn. They can cool down. That's another big hit. That's another crash, actually. He is still crashing. He's getting back up and attacking this turn, so we're just going to hit him with the axe again. At some point, he's going to understand that the only way out of the situation is just to stay on the ground. That's going to be a massive overheat, so let's not do that. Let's wait until we're cool enough to do that, which doesn't take too long. And then we'll hit him with the axe again. That's a slight overheat for us, and at the same time, we'll get the Duke to shoot at him. Sorry, we'll get the Pupper to shoot at him just to provide a little bit more cover fire. Those shots were terrible. And we missed with the axe. Luckily, the shots are spraying, are going through this tank. I can't believe I missed with the axe there. And we did 2 damage to him. Let's hit him with the axe properly. Like, hit him like we mean it. It's definitely intersecting with him this time. We don't have a collision. What we could potentially do here is actually get 2 hacks. We probably can't get 2 axe hits in a row. But what we could do is come around this way for next turn to hit him with the axe. And if he steps out this way, I think that's a perfect shot with a certain friend that has a minigun. Okay, let's execute that. Again, I'm trying to harvest this mech. So I'm trying... Oh, he crashed him. Is that enough to take him out? No, the mech is ejecting. Okay, that's fine. That's the mission complete. He got out of there. He got bullied for long enough. Okay, the axe is really good. That concussion stagger damage is really nice. Really liking the axe. That was a good pick. Okay, so that's that dealt with. So what do we got here? A level, we'll scrap that. We'll scrap that. We'll recover that. We'll scrap that. We'll recover that. Scrap, 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 scrap. Confirm. And we will continue our mission to drop off this POW. We'll take another bomb. Oh, unpause again. That's right, we won't repair while we're dashing. We'll just cruise. Okay. So they're recapturing this outpost, which is fine. What we don't want to recapture is the farm or the camp. What should happen is the escalation level in Hosford should go down and we can start hitting it again. And what we could try and do is take out this town when the escalation level is lower, and that'll give us a really good position to Give us a really good position to retake on. Are we only going to get bomb events now? That's the question. Oh no, because we got the Deliver Captives event. Oh, looks like it might be a resupply convoy. So if we put them in, we get 100 supplies and we get +1 home guard reputation. What pile? I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I pick this? This isn't a choice. There's only one option here. What is this? It's a patrol. Let's hit this patrol of reserves. Get some more supplies out of them. They haven't even detected us yet. I think it's when we're in range of when where the bomb event was that it triggers. Okay, level 7 reserves, threat 151, 4 enemies. It's a 4v4. Lance versus Lance. I'm liking the team right now. The machine gun seems to be doing pretty good. The axe is just kicking ass. I'm really liking the axe. Good work, Gerblin. Getting through some quick encounters here, building our supplies back up, getting ready. So it looks like we've got 2 enemy mechs, 2 tanks. Let's cancel the intro. What are we dealing with here? We've got a mech with a marksman rifle compact launcher, and a mech with a machine gun and a shield, an autocannon and 2 autocannon tanks. The autocannon tanks we can kind of ignore. We need to deal with the guys with their... What is our range bracket like here? So if I just get you to dash up here, and then you've got that enemy with the rocket, with the launcher, which is our primary target, I believe, because you got a machine. Actually, the machine gun might be the primary target to start with. While he's firing, he hasn't got his shield up. I think he's our primary, and he's not shooting at the Cranky Duke. He is shooting. Sorry, at the who's this again? Blackbird, of course. Yes, someone pointed out I have a Blackbird with no Blackbird parts on it, which I do think is really funny. We're gonna get the Gerblin to just run up here, and so that next turn it can take part in the fight. There's not a lot it can do here. It's not gonna be in range. It's actually incredibly slow. For this kind of combat. It's not great in big open areas. We'll dash until we can't dash anymore. I think maybe 3 dashes might be our limit. Whoops. You can also use your weapon to dash. Yeah, 2 dashes is our limit. Okay, and at that point we'll run forward. That's fine. I want them as cool as possible for next turn. You're taking a lot of fire at the start of this turn. So you're getting shot at by him and that tank. But if you come over here... No, he can shoot over that rock, which is annoying. The machine gun fire is a problem. I don't really want to deal with that. So I'm just going to get you to... Can't really get cover from that fire from here. Can't really get cover from that fire from here. What if I get you to dash to here and then run down here? That's not going to break it. The only place that's going to break it is in there, which isn't great. The only other option is to stay at extreme range so that you don't have to deal with it. So what we'll do is we'll get you to move to here. And at this point, we're just going to shoot at this tank. And the basis is at the range, the machine gun hopefully won't do a lot of damage. Meantime, we're going to get the Duke to jump to here. Step to here, and that's at just optimum range to hit him with an 85% chance to hit, and I'm hoping I can get a double tap with the marksman rifle. Okay, not the best turn, not the best battlefield, but let's see what we got. Okay, 1 pilot down. We've got a massive missile attack coming in here. What we will try and do is dash through it. We're going to overheat a little bit, but that is better than taking the missile hit, I think. This tank here is actually fine, but there's not much health left on the pilot. You are in great range here. You can actually hit this tank this turn. So once you come in on the tank, then step around it to here, and you are cool enough at this point to hit this. You're a little bit not well ranged though. It's a little bit... Melee attacks are a little bit awkward. There's a good chance there'll be a collision here. This is the only problem that might mess up the rest of this turn. But we're going to try and hit him with our backswing, and that's hopefully not going to... Okay, we are going to collide with him a little bit if we do that. I want to try and drive past him. So that should collide. Yeah, that's a hit. And we've got a little bit of a collision there, but I think it should be okay. Meanwhile, you're going to just keep shooting at this tank, which is now within your minimum range. But I think it's fine. I think you can probably do a lot of damage to him. And also, as he moves away, why don't you shoot at him again? We're going to get you, once you're down here, to fire at this tank. Once... Oh, it's way too hot. Fire at this tank once at point blank range if it's still moving. And we're going to get the Duke to shoot at the enemy mech with the rocket launcher. And he has line of sight over the top of the hill, by the looks of it. So we should be good. Okay, let's go. This should be a quick fight. Those missiles missed. Ooh, they actually came back. No, the missiles, only 1 missile hit. That tank's down. This tank is getting shot in the back. What's the status here? Pilot concussed, which is not pilot concussed, but this is... Yeah, they're at... is it out of the fight? knocked out after concussive weapon hit. Cool. So this is pretty much intact and concussed. This tank here is destroyed. It is just this tank here left. We'll get you to turn and fire on this tank. Both of you firing at it should be enough to kill it. It's still alive, amazingly. Lots of very, very low hits. Unit crashed, he's still alive. We'll just get you to shoot at him again. We'll just get you to step away. And fire as you're going backwards, because it's kind of cool to see. And we'll just do that. That should be enough to take this out. Oh, is he not taking any damage? Pallet deceased. I think we killed him right at the start of the turn there. And that should be everybody. That should be a victory. Yes, cool. Very quick fight. Nice. That's what we like to see. Just very quick, very by the book. So we'll grab this. We'll sell this. We'll grab this. Sell this and this. There is a shield here. I might grab the shield just to check it out for the Goblin. Sell. Recovered. We're not getting any uncommon parts right now, which is a little bit important. Unfortunate. And that puts us in a really nice position for next time. So we've taken on 3 fights this turn. I think we're ready to start contesting Hostfred. We're building up a nice supply of supply. We've got 1,039 supply sitting in our back pocket right now. Back up to 80 uncommon components, so we can start looking at some more things to build in the workshop. We don't have a... we do have a shield. Let's build a rare shield. What do we got? Light or heavy? Let's build a heavy light shield. Or do we want a light shield? A light shield or a heavy shield? Because that will slow down the Gerblin even more if they have a heavy shield, but it'll mean they can get into fights more at a higher speed, and we can start messing around with their components. Or a light shield will give them a little bit of protection. I think a light shield for the sprint. This is probably a terrible idea. I'm going to order a rare light shield for the Gerblin. That's all of our rare components. We do have a lot of stuff here. We probably will look at some thrusters for it, or some... I think it's hydraulics that increase our movement speed. But yeah, let's start with that and see how we go. Taking some nice victories. I know we're just ticking around, but we're rebuilding our resources, and I really like that. Next time, we're probably going to look at maybe contesting Hostfred. We'll see how it goes. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.